Hey guys, I just had the urge to turn on the camera. I don't even know what I'm to talk about. Erik is here. He's sitting in front of me. His energy is making me smile and laugh. He's influencing smile on this side. Always does. Yeah, I'm feeling the bubbliness of laughter and happiness in my heart and heart chakra. I really don't know what I'm talking about right now. I don't know why we're turning the camera on. Why? Just because you find it funny and to make me laugh? Dang. He's just looking at me and he's just going like, we were through a private group chat earlier. We'd been it was brought up about how, and I said I do this now that I've clicked into the fact that I've got spirit around me, if I like burp or like fart or something, I say excuse me. And they were saying how they spirit finds it funny when we excuse ourselves, particularly when we realize like we're alone except for with spirit, and so we still excuse ourselves. They find it hilarious because they find like burping and farting and all that stuff funny anyway, but then they find it even more funny when we like feel we need to excuse ourselves. And Erik just, he's raspberrying. Shit, sorry. Don't, please. He's tickling my foot. Oh, is this what it's going to be like today on this? Really? He's like, play. Oh, Robin's here. Oh. Really? Oh, is this what this is going to be? Really? Oh, God. Robin's here. And he's put himself, I'm like sitting in his lap, and he's got his arms around me. His arms are like melding with mine right now, which is, I know it's a sign that he's hugging me and holding me. And it's the reason why I clicked in that Robin was popping in, is because as Erik was saying, like playful, like they want to play, I got the visual in my head from Hook of when Robin's both scenes, when Robin's first goes into it, like Robin as Peter Pan first gets to Neverland, and then when he first turns, and then when he becomes Peter Pan again. So both scenes when he first gets there and they're like, play, and they throw the ball at him and hits his face. Play, throw the ball at him and hits him. And then he ends up doing that back to the boys when he turns into Peter Pan. He's like, play. And that's what I was getting in my head. I'm like, oh shit, Robin's here, and he's holding on to me. And he's going, Tally girl, I love you. Sorry, he's okay. He's massaging my spine, like between my shoulder blades. And it's not awkward. It feels weird, but it also feels good. But it feels weird. It's making me want to laugh. Sorry. Oh my God. Really? This is what this is going to be. And then and then I freak out because then I realize, so I put my hands on my face and then it clicks on all over again. His arms are merged with mine, so like I bought my face in his hands. They're in my hands, but they're also in his hands. I'm like, okay, so anyway, I'm not just gonna sit here and have you guys poke at me and film it. Why did I turn the camera on besides that? I don't know. Okay, well, I did get the urge also to grab my little book of quotes. I feel like that was more for my benefit, though, for when I get awkward. I'm hearing Erik going ding, ding, ding. So I'm just going to do the whole, just close my eyes and flip open to a page and see where it goes, so. No, I'm not. No. Okay, this isn't anything I can actually speak on, but I'll just point out what okay, so there's that, where's that from? What's new, pussycat? Meow, 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 or whatever. whatever. I don't remember where that's from, but I have, for some reason, I have that written down. So it was that I was pointing out. And then the quote underneath is from an old friend that I went to college with the first time that I went to college for broadcasting. And I'm not going to say his last name, but my friend had said, and there was a reason why I wrote it down. It was a funny moment in how she said it, but I don't remember. I don't remember how she said it. I don't know why she said it. That's not relevant. What's relevant is the name. I won't say the last name, but the first name is relevant, because when Erik and I were incarnated in the 20s together, his name was Tom. And so first of all, the What's New Pussycat, meow, 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 that is right away I got Robin. Robin with his stand-up. His stand-up talking about cats. He's like, who's kitty? Pet kitty. You know, like pet kitty. Like that freaking thing that he does in his stand-up. I'm not reenacting that more than that. Stop. And then so there's Robin coming in. And then the next one underneath is my friend, what she had said to one of our teachers in college. And she goes, this one's for you, Tom. And so it was Erik and Robin coming through again. Hang on, give me 1 second. I'm starting to get hot. I need to turn my heat off and turn the fan on. They're influencing my body temperature right now. Just hang on, give me a second. Okay, so I apologize. You're probably going to be hearing the fan in the background, but it is what it is. I'm hot right now, and I won't be able to like speak and concentrate if I'm running hot. So, okay, my hair is driving me crazy. I haven't had a proper haircut in like 2 years. I just take scissors and just go chop, 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 because I don't have the money for it. And then just with everything going on, I didn't want to deal with it. So I've just been doing straight cuts with my own hair. But anyway, okay, I don't know why I'm talking about my hair. Doesn't matter. Anyway, so yeah, Tom and Erik. And then I almost just said Tom and Robin. Erik, because Erik is Tom. Erik and Robin just came through that. Erik's teasing me. He's being grumpy today. Yeah, I know. I woke up not in the greatest mood. I had a very, very, very restless night, constantly waking up, going back to sleep, waking up, going back to sleep, and with physically feeling restless. Like my body physically wanted to just get up and move, but also being really tired and not being able to get up and move. And even if I was going to get moved, like what would I do? If anything, I'd probably have just gone for a walk at like in the middle of the night, whatever. And then it was also healing sessions. And then so I know a lot of my shit that I'm still working on was surfaced, and I woke up with it all raw and at the surface. And I just made a few posts on my Facebook profile, and I'm just kind of bitching at stuff. So they're pointing out my being grumpy, and I think they were kind of wanting me to speak on that, but I don't want to focus on it too much because it is just so I want to bring myself out of it. So I'm just touching on it really quickly, saying yes, for those of you who see this today. Actually, what is it? It's Sunday, March 20th. Today's the 20th. So for those of you who see this today, and then also see my profile, you're going to see I'm not a happy giver. I haven't been. But I'm trying to get past it. I know everything is a reflection of me. I know I am also a mirror, but I am in my own movie. This is my movie, and this is all my shit. So working on it. But it was a rough night, and everything is surfaced and raw right now, and I'm just like, I feel very agitated. I know there's a whole full moon thing too, and that's adding to it also. And big energies. Okay, so we're going to try doing this again here. Huh. That's kind of interesting. That kind of just goes with a little bit along with what I'm saying. Okay, so oh, that's cool. That's actually cool. The quote above it is also really interesting. So the quote that I actually picked says, learn to be what you are and learn to resign with good grace all that you are not. Henri Frédéric Amiel. I'm assuming that's how you say it. It's French. Robin's coming in. I'm hearing Robin. Ah, l'amour. That's French. Anyway, learn to be what you are and learn to resign with good grace all that you are not. Yeah, this is, thank you. They're reflecting on my grumpiness, and they want me to point out, and because I do know, but I'll acknowledge and point out right now, anything that doesn't feel good isn't true. So everything that I've been bitching about and hurting about and in pain about and being grumpy about, all of it's part of the illusion. None of it's true. And I'm working on resigning with good grace all that I am not. They're again pointing out it's okay to feel how you feel. We're valid in how we're feeling. They're acknowledging that this part is hard. At the same time, there's something to be said about embracing how you feel and then working on letting it go, embracing it, accepting it, thanking it, letting it go, learning from it, moving on, all that fun stuff. So that's what they're saying, resigning with good grace all that you are not. Saying no thank you to the illusion, and yes please to finally allowing real reality to come back on. That's with good grace. No thank you, but yes please. And accepting and embracing all of it, and knowing that all of it's okay. And that's actually, and then the quote above it is from a Chinese proverb, and it says, men in the game are blind to what men looking on see clearly. And this is true. Those who are lost in oblivion, or still navigating, not necessarily lost, but still navigating oblivion. I don't like saying the word lost because that feels a bit more judgmental, and that they don't know what they're doing. Consciously they're not realizing, but they did put themselves in that piece of them that are aware, that are their higher selves, that are in their full awareness, are aware of what they've done. It's just that piece of consciousness that's navigating this now, or the hallucination simulation, they're not aware. So I don't like saying lost, it's navigating, but it's the fact that they're also navigating with amnesia. They're within oblivion. So those who are navigating oblivion and amnesia, they're not able to see, they don't understand, they don't see, they're blind to what the big picture is. Someone who's lost within oblivion, navigating oblivion and amnesia within this hallucination simulation, if you go to talk to them about anything that's dense within the world, especially the really heavier topics, you bring up, all right, you know what, here we go. You bring up someone like, say, Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, Putin, Ariel Castro, Charles Manson, Hitler. Anyone who's still navigating amnesia and oblivion, at least to a certain extent, and if you go to talk to them about how they're actually really beautiful, wonderful, amazing energies, and they're filled with so much love, and you can feel the love back for them, and there's nothing to be afraid of, and none of it was actually real, and they played really fucking amazing roles, and we need to be applauding them. I literally applaud them for the roles that they've played. I was scared of Jeffrey Epstein when he first transitioned, and when he first appeared to me, he was cold and robotic, but that was my perception. The moment I had help, a friend of mine who has gone through this part, she was past this layer. She was able to channel him, and through her, he's like, if I come to you, when I come to you, and if you're scared, just throw green sparkles at me. And immediately, like, he was in front of me, and I was like, oh my God, my perception immediately changed. And he was just, I could feel the kindness and the warmth and the love. He presents how we allow him to present. Energy presents as how we allow them to present. So, circling back, if you try to explain this to someone, there's going to be people who watch this, they're not going to get it. And they're going to say I'm freaking crazy, and that I'm completely wrong, and that it's demons, and it's evil, and it's dark, and that's okay that that's their perception. That's that's where they're at on their journey, and that's okay. At the same time, they're blind to what the big truth is. They haven't been able to zoom out all the way yet, because they are within the oblivion, within the amnesia. Men in the game, because that's what it is. It's a game that was never real in the first place. A thought processed game that was never real in the first place. So they're blind because they're navigating within that. They're blind to what those who are closer to their full awareness are able to see. And then again, learn to be what you are, and learn to resign with good grace all that you're not. You know, recognizing that and remembering you were there too. Remembering you were there too, and holding on to that compassion. I'm struggling with that right now. This circles around to one of the things I'm struggling with that I was kind of posting about. You know, it's beyond frustrating when I know I nail my readings. I know what I'm speaking of is truth. I know I still have things to learn. But I know that what I've gotten about the truth of reality so far is true. even if it's a base understanding, I know what I'm getting is true. And then with my readings that I do for people, I know I nail them. I know I nail my readings. And it's beyond frustrating when I have people tell me that, you know, basically, well, not tell me, but basically they're given, you know, they ask a question and they're given the answer. And especially when it's people who've gotten readings from me multiple times and they see how much I nail it. But then there's this strong resistance with certain things, and they just say, nope, 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 nope. And then they sit there and I watch them struggle and struggle and struggle and struggle until finally it circles around that, oh, you were right in the first place. I needed to do this, this, and this, and let this, this, and this go. And now I've been blasted up. It's really difficult for me. At the same time, I need to remember I do that too. I have my shit where I've had people do readings and channelings for me and they're like, this is what you need to work on. And I go, fuck this shit. I don't want to work on that. I'm resisting that. I'm aware of it. I do it too. So we're all learning. You know, it's, Eric's nodding. He was right on. Because Erik said to me the other day through a friend, which I very much appreciated him admitting this. He's saying we're all learning how to pull our heads out of our asses together. Like he has mentioned before, you're still learning back home too. You're still learning back home too. And they're learning to pull their heads out of their asses also. They're learning also right along with us. They are in a full awareness, but they're still learning. And we're all doing it together. So we're learning to be what we really are and learning to resign what we're not with good grace. And yeah, I can see Erik and the rest of my team, all of the collective, is applauding all of us. And they're doing like the whole like respect head bow thing, and they're just saying like, thank you. Thank you. You guys have done amazing, wonderful work. And they're admitting that they're where they're at. Just double checking. Erik's going, ding yes. Ding yes, say it. They admit that they know that where they're at, they're in bliss. They're in bliss and they're outside of the illusion. And they're outside of that. And that they're not navigating what we're navigating when it comes to the ascension process. At the same time, they will never look at us as weak or victims. They recognize it's difficult, but they also know that it doesn't need to be this difficult, and it never needed to be this difficult, and we're helping it come online, letting the difficulty go. So, I'm looking at the other quotes that are around this one. Oh my God, this whole page is just like kind of, oh my God, this whole page. Okay. I'll go for, okay. So the other one here, there's advantage in the wisdom won from pain. We've used pain and fear as a tool to survive. At the same time, through the human experience, we have been able to use pain to gain wisdom. We can let that go now. We don't need to do that anymore. It's time to let that go, but we have. Let's see. I'm going to read all of them, but I'm just kind of want to go in the order of, you know, okay. So then, another one here is fear is the mind killer. Exactly. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is blocking our ability to use our minds in complete capacity. It's a tool, again, a tool that we use to survive, and we don't need it anymore. Fear is the mind killer. Yeah. Being afraid is what keeps us stuck within the illusion. Letting the fear go allows you to blast up. It's a reflection of what I posted yesterday. I'm ready to fly. I'm ready to start hovering. And I did get that it's going to start with me where I hover up and then come back down again. And I'm going to once I get used to that, then I'll start being able to practice being able to move. But I almost started floating the other day in the bank, and I did get it confirmed. The only thing stopping me is my remnant fear of what humans think. Because I did, when I was standing in line, my conscious thought was, what would everyone think right now if I started? What would happen? I was like, oh God, I can't start floating right now. Everyone's going to stare at me. And then what are they going to think? And I'm in the middle of a bank. Like, this is like an official place, you know, like I can't start floating here. And then, so my mind did go there. And then if I think about it deep enough, I do get the fear of all the attention that would come with it. And then I have remnant fear. This is not a main fear, and it's not really, I know, and the thing is, I know this won't happen, especially because I'm in New Earth now, but I have trauma from parallel lives. So I like remnant trauma that's like still like kind of lingering, and we're working on letting go. It's like very slight, but it is there. That fear of being like black bagged and kidnapped and experimented on. Again, though, that's trauma from parallel lives, and we're working on it. So letting that stuff go, when I let that go, I'm floating and hovering, and then I get to fly. I'm right there. Fear is the mind killer, because again, we control our reality with our mind. And so fear is the mind killer. That was Frank Herbert. There's advantage and wisdom, one from pain. That was I don't know how to say this. Aeschylus, Aeschylus. And so fear is the mind killer. That's Frank Herbert. And then, exactly, we create our fate every day as we live. Henry Miller. We create our fate. We create our destiny. It's already been, there's a divine plan, and it's already done, over with. We've already done it. We can't not do it. It can't not work out. It's already done. It's already working out. It's golden. At the same time, we are in this now navigating hallucination simulation, and we create our reality. And even back home, it's all within the mind. It's through the mind thought consciousness process. I don't know how the proper words to say it, but it's all mind. It's all thought consciousness mind. And we really do. You create your reality through thought process and through the mind. You do that back home, and we do it here. And we've done it this entire time. We just weren't aware of it. But now that we're remembering and we're becoming aware, we're able to control it, and we can stop using our mind to attack ourselves and start using it to allow truth of reality to come online, which is home and New Earth. You know, where pure love is. No more pain, no more suffering, no more struggling. It's everything. Everyone is provided for with everything. And again, we can shapeshift if we want. If we want to transition out of one avatar and just be in our original energy form and then go into another, we just exit the avatar and float around until we decide to go back into another one. There's going to be no more death process like we've seen it. Our loved ones are coming back and meeting in the middle. And for those of you who are ready to accept that this is happening now, you don't have to transition home to be back with your loved ones. But you need to believe it to happen. Or you'll go through the regular transition process, and when you get home, you'll be like, oh, I was already there. Well, I guess I'm going to incarnate in a New Earth now. You're already here. Just let it come online. We create our fate every day as we live. You're creating your fate in every now as you live. Why aren't you letting New Earth come online? You're already there, so just do it. You know? So in the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. Albert Einstein. This shit's hard. Going through this ascension process is hard. Living as a human has been hard, but it doesn't need to anymore. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. That's where the light gets in. The cracks is where the light gets in. You know, when shit happens, it's for good reason. And actually, okay, my team is even more so pointing out, in the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. My team is now pointing out, Encanto. And the entire movie is basically their home breaking down around them, and it like completely falls apart, and it looks like they lose everything. Difficulty the entire time. But what ended up happening, it was prime opportunity. It gave them prime opportunity for a blank slate, and they got to build up into the big beautiful, which is what's happening right now. All y'all look at the world and go, the world is in ruins and humans are a mess and there's no hope. That's your perspective, and you're saying no thank you to the actual truth. All this shit that you're looking at as bad has all happened for really good reason. And when you zoom out enough, again, you're going to get it. And then the last quote on this page, I seldom end up where I wanted to go, but I always end up where I need to be. Douglas Adams. That's where it was. Because I always hear that, I hear that quote from Doctor Who when the TARDIS was talking to the doctor, but I knew it came from someone else and I could never remember who. Douglas Adams. I seldom end up where I wanted to go, but I always end up where I need to be. Expectations are killers. When you sit there and think about what you want, where you want to go, what you want, I want a car, I want a house, I want this, I want that. You can even use the word need. I need a house. I need a car. I need income. I'm in debt. I've got bills I gotta pay. Humans are this. Like all of that. All of that. Sorry, I'm just looking. Seldom end up where I want to go. Okay. All of that is reflecting and saying to the universe, I don't have, I don't have, I don't have. And so the universe is going to reflect that back and say, you don't have, you don't have, you don't have. The thing is you may not be in a situation where you want to be in, but you are always in a situation that you need to be in. Especially if you don't want to be in that situation. That's when you need it the most. If you don't want something that's happening to you, there's a reason for it. So embrace it, figure out what the lesson is, thank it, accept it, and learn from it, and then you can move on and tell your team you get it and you're ready to move forward. Or and if you're having difficulty, tell your team, I'm having difficulty with this situation. I'm not getting it. Help me with perception change. And then you get blasted forward. We might not always be where we want to be, but we're always where we need to be. Always, 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 always. So we create our reality. We create our reality. Not everyone's going to get it. At the same time, everyone does get it. It's just roles that they're playing saying they don't get it. You just need to let their higher selves come online, and their higher selves are the ones that do get it. So this ended up being quite interesting. I did not know where this was going to go when I turned the camera on. I just had the urge to turn the camera on, so I did. Okay, so I'm just asking Erik, is there anything you want to say? Oh my God, I'm drooling. No, stop. No. Oh no, the drooling's been really bad. I literally, okay, this might be gross and I was going to say too much information, but no, teaching moment, and others are going to go through it. So if this happens to you, you know you're not alone. All right. So I'm going to share. I'm embarrassed, but I'm going to share. If this happens to you, it's normal. It's part of this process. It's part of being a medium. The drooling can get really bad, especially when you come into realizations about your truth, or you're connecting really strongly with your loved ones or your team. There's various reasons. There's even, I think there's even more of a reason to it that I'd been told before, but I'm iffy on that. I'm hearing Erik saying ding yes, but I don't want to get into it right now because I'm iffy on that. But there's multiple reasons why. And it was so bad last night. I had to sit there with just like a freaking cup under my mouth and just like let my mouth hang open and just let it pour out. Like, I know how gross that sounds, and I'm feeling resistance on sharing that because I'm embarrassed. At the same time, this is what I'm here for. To share with you guys what I'm going through, because then when others go through it, they know that they're not alone. They know that it's normal. You know that I'm here. You know, we're in this together. So, yeah, so I just started drooling again. So I'm asking Erik again, is there anything that you want to say before I have to turn this off? And he's going, yo, what's up? I love y'all. He's blowing kisses at everybody. He's hugging. He's hugging me, which is in turn he's hugging you all. But I can. Yeah, he's literally okay. So his head, the back of his head is right here, and he's got like he's embracing me. So this is like his whole back is like right here. His back is right here. His head's right here. You guys can see. And then he's got his arms around me. He's hugging me, and that is sorry. Tickles. My arms. His energy. He's not purposely tickling me, and I know that I'm trying to breathe through it. It's my resistance comes through as tickling at times, and right now I'm resisting it a bit. So, yeah. So he's hugging me, but in turn, that's also like he wants me to know that this is him hugging all of you, and you can ask to feel it. Like if you guys have he's saying if you guys don't already know, he's saying say you want to feel me hugging you and holding you, and you can feel that. He's saying if you don't feel it right away, dang yes. He's saying if you don't feel it right away, totally fucking cool. Totally fucking cool if you don't feel it right away. Totally fucking normal. But I'm here, and just keep practicing, and he fucking got it, and I'm never letting fucking go. Yeah. That was Erik. So anyway, all right. Is that everything? Dang, yes, babe. You got it. Say it. No. So I'm like, I don't want to, because I feel like people don't want to hear it. He wants me to reiterate out loud that he told me he loves me. He goes, I love you, babe. And I was like, I love you. And he wanted me to say that out loud. I don't like doing that, though, because I'm like, you guys don't want to fucking hear it. And I don't blame you. Especially for anyone who has feelings for Erik. I don't want to rub that in your faces. But I also know I need to embrace it. This is part of what him and I are. It's to show that even if a loved one's transitioned home, you don't need to end your relationship. In fact, relationship with spirit is more rich than with human. It is, because there's no density to it. And the way they can access you is insane. Like, they can access every single piece of you, from the deepest part inside to like your most outer energetic layer. And they know everything, from everything you've done this life to all your other lives. And they know what every piece of you looks like. And they love you unconditionally, no matter what. And it's really beautiful. So I know I need to embrace this, but I'm scared. I'm scared too, because of what's happened to me. I've had several. I don't want to say so many. I've had several women basically end up calling me a fangirl and all this other stuff, and or other things that they've done, and it's difficult. And so I don't want to freaking say this shit out loud, but I know I need to, so I just did. And now I'm drooling again. No. He's joking again. He's said this before, and he's saying it again. He's like, I'm drool worthy, babe. yeah, you're drool worthy, whatever. You know you are. So anyway, all right. I love you guys. Oh, I don't know if I said this before. Said this again. He's presenting again. Red t-shirt, black jeans, white socks. He does. You do have your hat on? Okay. And he does have his hat on. I was seeing him without his hat. He winks and goes, that's just for you, babe. Okay, thank you. So anyway, all right. I hope you guys got something out of this. Like I said, I didn't know where this is going to go. It's kind of random. I just had the urge to turn the camera on, so here we are. All right. I hope you guys all have I just got so awkward with signing off. This is why I have a sign off thing, because I don't know I don't know how to end it unless I have a sign off signature, whatever you call it. Signature, a verbal sign off signature. I don't remember, catchphrase, whatever you call it. I don't know these things. I literally don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how things are run within these communities. And I'm not supposed to. I'm not going to look into it. I'm just doing my own thing. I'm literally just doing my own thing. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. So that being said, I get so awkward with signing off. So I have to have my whole "have a wonderful now" thing, and then I even fumble over that, and I get awkward. It's so awkward. All right. So that being said, I love you all very much, and as always, have a wonderful now. Love you. Bye.